G'day, this is Lucia. Welcome to my art channel and thank you for being here. In today's video, I'll be doing a mixed media piece using watercolour pencils called Aquarelles and watercolour paints, and maybe, although I'm not quite sure yet, fine liners for outlining the picture. In my early days when I used to design clothes, I used aquarelles as a colour base or wash for my fashion drawings, and then I would go over them with wax pencils, just as these samples I've put up are showing. Today I'm just going to use the watercolour pencils and paint mediums. So in saying all that, what am I doing? Well, I've been inspired by a drawing on my bathroom wall. It's in the tiles of my bathroom wall. And I really love this picture. Every time I look at it, I'm thinking, oh, I'd love to draw it. And this is what it looks like on my bathroom wall. So what I've done is I've traced it, and now I'm going to transfer it onto my watercolour paper, and then I will use the aquarelles and the watercolour paint to actually colour it in and recreate it. What I will do is I'll be using different colours to the actual piece on the bathroom wall. I'm going to be using more purples, greens, golds and brown. As it's a pretty long process, I won't be filming the entirety of the video of the drawing, but I will come back and forth between pieces. I'll show you I'll make a start of it, show what I'm doing, and then I'll come back and show you the next step. I've just transferred this with a pencil. I've just gone over the lines like so. And she looks cool. Now I'm going to add some colours. Now I'm not going to use the same colours as what's on the actual photograph. I'm going to use my own colours. And I'm thinking dark purple, come loose. Dark purple for the edges and for the shadows, which I'll come back and do, but I'll do the outline first. Original drawing, there are some leaves that were too faint to be seen on the tracing paper. I think there was one here and another one here, I think, and maybe another one, maybe that one coming up there like that by memory. But because I don't have the picture in front of me, I'm going to have to draw it in, I think.
You're only one. You choose it, don't lose it, don't let confuse it. Only then you begun. Feel like that. Feel like, feel like that. Feel like that. hold me, make me your shining star. Giving, receiving, changing, believing, only then we could start. Feel like, feel like, feel like that. Feel like, feel like, feel like that. Feel like that. Lay your arms around me and stay with me. Feel like that. Lay your arms and stay with me, baby. Feel like that. Lay your arms around me and stay with me. Feel like that. Lay your arms and stay with me, baby. Stay, 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 stay,
I might get the picture out and have a closer look. Yeah, I might do that because I'm not making heads or tails of that. So I'm going to get the picture down, finish drawing, finish adding the colour, and then I'll come back once I've done that. So just so that I've got the actual design down right. That one's pretty straightforward. Just this leaf here and this flower here, it's a bit messy there, so I'm not sure what I'm doing. So if I get the picture, I might get a better idea of where those lines are supposed to be. So I'll do that, and then I will turn the camera back on when I'm ready to add the other colours, maybe the shading and the watercolour. See you soon. Okay, that's where she's at the moment. I've added the leaves, just drawn in the leaves how I think they should go. I couldn't see them in the photo very well, and as I said, I wasn't able to trace them off the wall. They were very, very pale, like a pale silvery colour in the background. So I've just added the leaves how I think they should be, those lighter ones. Yeah, so that's what it looks like at the moment. Now what I'm going to do is go and add a lighter colour to the flowers and to the leaves, and colour them in, give a bit of a wash to the background, like add a colour that I want to wash the background with, and then I will come back and add the water. So basically all I'm going to do is go a lighter shade of purple. So I'm thinking possibly this one. Where am I? There. And I'm going to go in and colour that in like so. And just add a bit of colour. Again, it's just a rough, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like if I was doing it with proper pencils, like as in wax pencils or the like, then I would be probably a bit more fastidious in the way I was colouring it in, not going out of the lines and what have you. But because of the aquarelles and because the aquarelles are water-based, when you add the water, that kind of becomes like watercolour paint. So it doesn't have to be perfect. And in fact, by having a little bit of light and a little bit of dark, like so, it actually gives it more of a highlight and a contrast when I add the water. So I'm going to just continue in this vein. It's a bit hard to hold the phone. You're not exactly seeing what I'm doing because I keep moving the phone. But I'm just going to add the colour in the background like so. Colour it all in and add maybe some white in areas. I've got a bit of white here to give it a bit of a highlight, like in there. Actually, I might just add a bit of colour first in there and then go over it with white, just to give it a bit of a highlight in certain areas, like in there, so that it's not too dark. Might have to go over it after. So I'll do that by adding those colours, and then I'll come back. It takes a while, so I'm not going to keep the video going for hours while I do that. But I will show you when I add the water, because that's probably a bit more interesting than watching me colour in the flowers and the leaves. So I'll come back in a little while and show you what I'm doing there. Okay, so as you can see, I've added the colour to the flowers and darkened some spots, highlighted some others, added the pinky purpley colour as well, and coloured in the leaves, and I've also coloured in the background. I haven't quite finished. I'm trying to hold it, so it's a bit hard to hold the phone at the same time. But basically, it doesn't have to be perfect, because what I'm doing is just giving it a wash in the background. It's just to add a little bit of colour. The actual colour on the wall, the tiles on the wall are actually a beigey colour, or like a wishy-washy, greeny sort of beigey colour. So that's the kind of background I'm using. I think it's gold. Where is it? Oops. There you go. It's a gold colour that I'm using for the background. But that's what it looks like at the moment. So tomorrow I'll come back. It's getting very late here and I've got to get to work tomorrow. So I'm going to come back and finish that tomorrow. Because you can see more of that bit of the flower there, it's slightly different colour to say what that one would be, because that one, the leaf or the petal, is actually over that bit there. So that's hiding that bit there. So you won't be able to see that colour. So it'll be slightly different in colour or in shading. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what it looks like when it's washed with the water. So we'll be back tomorrow and we'll continue with the water part of it. And we're back to do the watercolour part of it. And I can fill it up with a little bit of water, distilled water preferably. Don't have to put a lot in there. Sometimes I just put a little drip of water on here, on the cardboard here, and just dab it into that. But for today, then what I do is I basically go over the drawing like so, just around the outside to highlight the darker bits, and then just with water wash the pencil marks, and it turns it into paint. Very simple process. I think you have a lot more control with this than what you do with the actual paint itself if you're drawing from scratch, because this one you're basically sketching your drawing, colouring it in, and then just going over it with water, so that it's basically like an actual drawing more than it is watercolour. Whereas when you're doing a watercolour from scratch, it's I reckon it's not as precise. I find I have way more control with this than I do with the actual paints if I'm doing it from scratch. Yeah, it's a little too grey in that area. We'll wait till it dries. Oops. And then I will have a look. But I'll continue in this vein throughout the whole picture. I won't record it all. That's all I'm doing. I'm spilling water here, there and everywhere. In the process, yeah, there's a lot of grey there. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. I might add a bit more gold. All right, so I'll let that bit dry. Now, see, because I've spilt the water there and there, it must have been a little bit too much water. So hopefully it'll dry out, or it might leave a mark. If it leaves a mark, I'll have to go over any paint. All right, we'll let that bit dry. And I will continue doing it to the adding colour to the rest of the drawing, and then I will show you what it looks like before I add any paint or pencil to highlight certain colours and bits. I have thought of even outlining it with a fine liner, but I'm not sure because I think the pencil in this case has done a really good job in doing the actual outline, so I may not. I usually think about these things as I'm going, so I don't plan them. Okay, we're back. so on. I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to switch off the camera now because otherwise this could go on forever. But that's basically what I'll be doing. I'm just going over the picture again with the paint just to fill in the lines a bit more, just because it's a little bit scratchy and it's not as even. It's not because of the pencils, it's more because of the way I drew it. I probably was a little bit too rough. It's been a while since I've done with the aquarelles, and I probably should have coloured them in a bit better. Hence why I'm going over it with the paint and trying to put the shading. And then once it dries all together, then I'll go over it again with the pencil just to outline it properly, because it's not quite as fine lined as I'd like it to be at this point. I'm going to switch it off now and continue on with this, and then I'll bring you down and show you a closer view. Okay, that's just a closer view of what I was doing with the shading, just giving it a bit more depth. It's not perfect yet. It's not where I want it yet. It's probably a little bit better, that one, than that one. It's a bit lighter. Maybe I need to darken that one a bit more. But yeah, along those lines anyway. So I'll keep working on it, and then I will turn the camera back on when I'm as close to finishing that. I'll bring you down and show you again. Okay, that's what it looks like with the paint wash over the top of it. Just smoothed out a little bit of those pencil marks, but as you can see, you can still see the pencil marks because I want them to be seen. What I'll do is I will refine it once it's dry. It's still wet at the moment. So once it's dry, I'll refine it and I'll finish it off. And I still haven't decided whether I want to make the outlines in pencil or in fine liner. So one of the two. I haven't decided. I'm playing it by ear, but that's what it looks like at this point in time. Okay, and we're back. What I'm doing now is just finishing it off. I've done the leaves. I've just got to finish that leaf, and the flower, and those brown stalks. And I'm done. The background, I'm not going to do much to it actually. I'm going to leave it as a wash. I don't want to do that. I want the flowers to stand out more. So what I'm doing is going over it again with the pencil so that you've got the pencil strokes. I still haven't decided whether I'm going to go over the edges with a fine liner. Maybe I won't. I can't decide at this point in time. We'll see. One thing I've learnt is that next time, instead of starting with the pencil and then going paint and then going pencil over the top, because otherwise you tend to damage the watercolour paper if you do too many layers, I think what I'll do next time is I'll do the paint first as a wash on a lighter scale, and then what I will do is go over it in the pencil and then darken it with the water if I need to in certain spots, so that you still get the pencil strokes, but not as thick as these are. So yeah, I'll do it the reverse next time. It's been a while since I've used aquarelles, and like I said, in the old days I didn't even use the paint. I used to use just the pencils because I had more control of the pencils. This time I wanted to make them a little bit more vivid. Is it brown? It is. So I've gone over it with the paint as well. I'll just finish off those leaves and that. I've added, as you can see, some highlight in that. That's the white pencil that I'm using to highlight that. And yeah, I think that should do it. And that will be it for this painting drawing. So let's get on with it. Okay, she's done. This is it, finally. I'm happy with that. I don't think I will go over it with the fine liner. I think she's fine the way she is with the pencil. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. As I said, I think I hadn't worked with them for a while, so it was good to have a practice. This is my practice run, I think. I think next time I will either put the paint down first and then go over it with pencil, or I may not even use the paint. I might just use the pencil, full stop, like I used to. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I like the shading. Now, I did want the pencil to be seen, the pencil strokes. It's the whole idea of using aquarelles. I'm liking the way it's finished. Those brown ones could be a little bit better, so maybe I might go over it with those with the fine liner. I'm not sure. We'll see. I'll stick it up on my wall for a while and have a look. Usually that's what I do, and then if I have to make any adjustments, I will do that after I've looked at it for a few days. Anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, please give us a like, comment, share and subscribe, and hit that bell so you can be notified when I upload the next video. Until next time, take care. Bye.